idea. We can do it together now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can together right now. We'll read and everything together. Yes, we read everything together. So guys, everyone can see my screen, right? Everyone can see. Okay, let's read. And what is actually asking the questions? So this is analytical report, and your assessment code is 010. And is a trimester 3, and which is the May 2022 when we started. And the business finance module code is MOD 003319. The level 4 and Nidhi Gogia is your module leader. She's the module leader for this business finance. So for this OA, for this assessment is 50%. So the total course is 100%, and this assignment is 50%. And the rest 50% is your end of the term exam. Yeah, end of the term exam. So word limit is 2,500 words. So you write 2,500 words. The exclude bibliography and other items listed in the rule 6.75. So maybe, say for example, executive summary, if you wanted to write, is not included. Is excluding. So it is, you can write executive summary and bibliography, however you want to do. So bibliography is in the other words of the references. So bibliography, people used to, back in days, people used to say bibliography. It means reference list. Yeah. So normally we use here the Harvard referencing. So there is a Harvard referencing we use here. So the deadline there. So if we look at the deadline, what is the deadline? I think it's the 15th of July. So when you open the assessment, it says 15th July before what time? 2 p.m. Yeah, so you should guys know that. So before 4 p.m. Is your deadline. So 15th July. So how many days do we have left from now? So today is, what is the date today? 24th. 24th of May, right? So you have more than a month. Like the whole June, actually it's more than 7 weeks in fact, nearly 8 weeks you have. So look at this, you have whole June, which is 4 weeks, and then July and May, which is another week, yeah, 5 weeks, and July 2 weeks. So you got 7 weeks to do your assignment. Yeah? 7 weeks to do from today. Second? So you can start today because we'll see the questions. So obviously all the questions is not covered. Whatever we have covered, we can start writing. Yeah? So maybe whatever question we covered, we can start writing. But you know that you have 7 weeks to answer all these questions. So let's read. The assignment must be completed individually. So you have to do individual assignment. It's not a group assignment. Yeah. You must use the Harvard referencing, as I said in the Harvard referencing you need to do. Your word must indicate the number of words you have used. So obviously 2,500 words. So you need to tell in how many words you have used. So if you use 2,000 words, you go to the word document and word count. It will say how many words you have used, and it will you write that many words in there. Written assignment must not exceed the specified maximum number of words, which is 2,500. And when a written assignment is marked, the excessive use of word beyond the word limit is reflected in the academic judgment of the piece of work, result lower mark being awarded in the piece of work. Guys, I don't understand sometimes, I'll tell you. It's from my experience, when we see the paper, it will tell how many words in there. Yeah, it will tell us how many words you have written down. I saw some people written down 5,000 words and they said 2,350. But we clearly say they put the double the word. Yeah, so the changing tell us how many words you have used. Yeah, so be mindful about that. So every 1,000, I think it's every, if you over the 1,000, if your word limit is 2,500, if you say you are 3,500, your 10% of the total mark is deducted straight away. Yeah, it will deduct it straight away. But if you put in the 4,500, then another 10%. 20% is gone already. Remember that. Yeah. So this is very, very serious. I'll come back. Remember your question or write it down the question. We'll come back. Assignment submissions are to be made anonymously. Do not write your name anywhere in your work. I think you should be able to know by now. I think every model is a standard. Do not write your name in the assignment. And write your student ID number at the top of every page. So you write down header and footer. So put the header. So top of every page. For the assignment comprises more than one task, the task must be submitted in a single document. So if it is a more than one task, you should be put everything together as a one document, yeah, and submit. You must number all pages. You should be must number all pages. Generally, we put the number of page in the footer, right? It is easier to do. So remember that. So what you need, you must not write your name in the assignment, just your ID in every page, and your page number and the word count. Yeah, remember that. I'll ask questions later on today, what you should do in the assignment. And then I'll ask the same questions before the assignment brief. I'll say to you, 60-70% student will not able to answer. In order to achieve full marks, you must submit your work before the deadline. Work that is submitted late up to 5 working days after the published submission deadline will be accepted and marked. However, the element of the module's assessment to mark contribute will be capped with a maximum 40%. So obviously, if you are late, if you don't submit on time, you are allowed to do maximum 5 working days. And if you submit in 5th working days or the 2nd working days, if your work is a standard of 90%, you only get 40. Yeah, you just pass it. But your work standard is 80 or 90%. Yeah, you get only 40. It's capped at 40. You don't. This is the regulations. Yeah. So if you submit 1 minute late or 5 days late or 10 minutes late, 40. It will be marked, but you get just 40 pass. Nothing else. Yeah.
Sorry, second. Pardon.
Okay. If you 1 second. 1 second. If you submit your assignment late, you are allowed to do 5 days late, which will be your assignment will be marked, but you will get only 40. You will not get, if your assignment is a good standard, but you only get 40. You will not get more than 40. Yeah, be careful.
Even if you ask extension?
No, it's a different. We'll go through. Yeah, we'll go through. Yeah. Work cannot be submitted if the period of 5 working days after the deadline has passed, unless there is an approved extension. If you get the approved extensions or mitigations with the DOS office, you are allowed to submit and it will be marked and it will get the full mark. Yeah. Failure to submit within the relevant period will mean that you have failed the assessment. So if you do not submit within 5 working days after the deadline date, you say it's a fail. Your assessment is not going to be marked. Yeah, that's everything clear about so far. So requested for the short-term extensions will only be considered at the in the case of illness and other cause considered valid by the eye center advisor. Please contact eye center. This email address icenter@lca.anglia.ac.uk. A request must be normally received and agreed by the eye center advisor in writing at least 24 hours prior to the deadline. So if you are not well, and you think you cannot able to complete your assignment, you should consider within 24 hours before the deadline. Yeah. So for example, 24 hours passed, And the last minute, you said, I'm sorry, I cannot submit the assignment. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. Yeah? So just be mindful about that. They might not allow you the exception. So if you are not well, at least 24 hours before the deadline date. So your 15th of July, your deadline. So 24 hours before, whenever it is. If you cannot submit and if you are not well, and if you have some personal issues, everyone have, like in this world, people everyone have our own issues. There's no one in this world don't have without problem. Doesn't matter who they are. We all have issues. We all have illness. We all have shortcomings. Yeah. So whatever issues you have, you don't need to discuss with me, or you don't need to discuss with anyone, but need to discuss with the eye center. Yeah. This is your confidential. They will not even tell us what is your. You don't need to tell me what is your issues, what is your illness. Yeah. But discuss with the eye center, guys. Be careful about this. Yeah. Guys, another thing I just wanted to tell you. So because why I wanted to address this, some people try to share their personal things with me. Guys, please do not. Yeah, please do not share your personal information with me because I cannot do anything. So you need to discuss with the eye center. Like say, for example, if someone not well, just say I'm not well, I cannot come to the class. It's not me. It's the eye center. So think about that. Yes. So if you have any illness, you don't need to tell me. Speak to the eye center. Yeah? Yeah. And you don't need to tell me, like if you are not coming or if you have a hospital appointment. What I'm saying is, when you write a private message, is come to the board and everyone can see that. And I do not want to compromise your privacy. Is that clear? Yeah. Yeah. Because when people in the class, it's straight away pop into the screen and everyone can read. So please do not write a private message to me because it will come to the student in the class, they can read. And I don't like people compromising people's privacy. Yeah? Yeah. Good. Mitigations. The deadline for the submission for the mitigations relation to the assignment is no longer 5 working days after the submission date of this work. Please contact again. So if you have a mitigations, so please contact with the eye center. So the deadline for the submissions of mitigation is in relation to this assignment is no later than 5 working days after the submission. So if you have to have a mitigations, speak to the eye center within the 5 working days after the deadline date. Yeah. And they will obviously ask you why you want the mitigations and so on and so forth. So speak to them. So if you are late because of your illness and because of your personal circumstances, and if you get the approval from the eye center, they will give you the new date. And you are allowed to submit within the new date and it will be marked. Yeah, and you will get the full marks. Yeah, without appropriate approval, you are not allowed to do anything. Yeah, be mindful about that, guys. Guys, is that clear? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Good. So this is the task. So let me quickly. So task 1. Task 1.1. During the first 6. So just before we start, guys, anyone have any questions? Before we start, anyone have any questions? So we just spoke about all these administrative requirements and stuff, yeah? So does anyone have any questions about that? Guys at home, any questions? Guys, generally I go through this very, very important. This is the administrative regulations is very, very important. I go through it line by line because people do not follow that. Every class I teach, I go through with the same thing, with the line by line for students to follow. Yeah? Any questions, guys, at home? Okay. So task 1, during the first 6 months of the business, Suraya is confident to making a large sale each month to a trading business with whom he has already been negotiating. And from then on, Suraya will start to make sales as a result of recommendations and advertisement he plans to place in TV and radio stations. Suraya invested £10,000 as capital in the business. He anticipates that sales during the first 6 months to 31st of December 2022 will be made at a gross profit of 35%. He estimates that there will be as follows.
So what did I miss? That was a lot.
I haven't missed a lot, but I'll come back to that shortly.
Thank you.
So the question for what is actually asking you towards the end of this, prepare the cash budget for Suraya's trading for 6 months and the 31st of December 2022. So this is the things you need to do. And it's called 30%, it means 30 months. And this is the information is given to you. Yeah, so this is the information is given to you for the first 6 months. So this is the first one is a, what is it?
July.
Cash budget. Yeah? The first question is the cash budget. Did you do the cash budget? Yeah, we did, right? So I'm just going to read with you anyway, but maybe we are not going to answer any questions because this is your assignment. Yeah? This is your assignment, you need to answer. Because we did similar problem.
Exercise.
Yeah, in that class, yes.
But for example, this is where the cash budget. We only will have like for example, every lesson we do some exercise. Okay, only on that day. But are we gonna have more exercise like that, or always will be a different thing? I mean, for us to practice.
Yeah, it is going to
There's
be.
only one lesson. We don't do that exercise. That's it, and then we need to know.
No, you need to know. You need to understand yourself. So, for example, in class we did 3 cash flow. Yeah. So if you are confident, you are okay with that cash flow. It's up to you. If you wanted to do more exercises, you will be more efficient. Yeah. If you do more exercises, it will be more clear to you, and you will be confident. And if you do not do any, if you just do what we did in the class, and if you just follow the class, and if you do not do any at home, how you can expect you will be confident?
So this means you need to practice yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can we try ourselves and show you?
If you just follow this, you don't need to show me. Like we are not, as I said, we are not going to mark your homework, and we cannot do like every student. Like, yeah. So you will have the answer then end of the book. Yeah, when you have the book, you have the answer. Yes.
So if we do the practice at home, there is the answer. Then you go to the answer.
Yeah,
If I find difficult for question you can answer, I can come and ask you, give me the answer.
Because we say, look, how many students we have this year? Like 35 to 40. And like other people, we cannot answer every question. But obviously, if you have a specific problem, like maybe we can do, like, we cannot do, if you do, like, for example, 10 exercises, and if you have 10 questions, and if you answer, we expect you the 10 questions, that class is going to go. There is not good, there's not enough time for you to do the all 10 exercises in the same problem. Yeah, but obviously, if you have everyone have the same issue, we can discuss. So for example, if everyone have struggling with the same problem, we can discuss. But think about that, the 30, 40 students, if you have a 5 to 10 problem, it's impossible for me.
If you try to answer the question at home, maybe you one or two questions cannot answer it. I can come to the class and ask, maybe answer in front of the student. Everybody.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, when we do this class, you should be end of the chapter, end of the lecture, I'll give the opportunity to ask the question. So this is your best opportunity to ask questions. So say for example, we gone through week 1 and then week 10, you're asking the problem in week 1. Yeah?
So the book shows everything, right?
Yeah, book is then the book, you need to read the book. But again, as I said, it's not that I don't want to answer the question. I want it to be very, very fair with everyone. Yeah? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it is better for you to read before the lecture. It's better read before the lecture than it is your opportunity to ask questions. Yeah? So guys, the first question is to prepare the cash budget, but I will go through with you, but I'm not going to give you the answer. Yeah, because this is your.
We need your answer here. We don't need to write in every explanation on the answer.
Are we gonna do like Excel?
Yeah, we're going to do in Excel, yes.
And then we're gonna submit the Excel.
No, not Excel. You copy the Excel in the Word. Yeah.
You remember that when we do?
Just for, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
We have to write like 2,500 words to explain the cash budget.
We haven't gone through all the questions. Your first question is the cash budget. Yeah. So your first question is the cash budget. It says 30 marks. So you got 70 marks left.
And you said now that you can go through with us with this, but you cannot give us. But are you going through with this with us?
Yeah, I'm just going to read with you. Yes.
Level 1, task 1.1.
So task 1 is the cash budget. So he anticipates that sales during the 6 months to 31st of December 2022 will be made at a gross profit of 35%. He estimates they will be as follows. So guys, I think we did one questions like this. Remember? We did a questions like this.
This is
So you need to calculate the purchases. So how do we do that? We did in the class, but we'll talk about that. So the purchase is not given. In addition to making purchases to meet the sales, Surya planned to purchase in July 2022 a stock of silk, linen, and shirt for 2,680, so that he can meet the unexpected one-off orders. Exactly the same point we did. One question. Sales will be made on 1 month's credit. So whatever you sell, it will be 1 month in credit. You're not a cash. So what it means, whatever you sell in July, it will be in August. It's a 1 month's credit. Yeah. So this is the 1 month's credit. Purchase credit item, purchase credit on 20% cash in the same month, 30% in the next month, and the remainder 2 months time. So anything you purchase, you pay 20% cash. You pay 20% cash, 30% in 1 month, and the rest remainder in 2 months. What does it mean? So if you buy any purchases in July, you pay 20% straightforward. 20% you pay straightforward. 30% you pay
August.
Yeah, 30% is next month. Yeah, August, absolutely.
20% you pay is that fixed cost.
And then 50% you pay in 2 months later. So say for example, if you buy this laptop for £1,000, if I say you pay 20% on the day you buy. So how much are you going to pay?
20.
How much did you
right?
1,000 pounds. The left foot is,
1,000 pounds, okay. So it's 200 now.
yeah, 200 now, absolutely.
Yeah.
20%.
20%.
And then you pay 30%, 30% in 1 month later.
Okay.
So what is it? Next month you pay 300, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you said
The
2 months
50%.
later,
The
50%.
50%.
So next 500 pounds.
Next 500.
What's that credit?
Absolutely.
What's that credit?
Yeah, so whatever you bought is in credit. Everything was credit, but you give the cash flow. So in July, you write 200, August 300,
Yeah, in July because
and then 2 months time
you
put
pay
it.
now, but it's gonna be next month.
Yeah,
That's the whole meaning of credit, right?
yeah, absolutely. So guys, this is the tricks. So other expenses as follows: telephone park are payable in area. It means, so if it is July, August, September, you pay in September. In September, yeah.
September.
So electricity 725 per quarter payable in area. Again in September, so you not pay every month. And 150 pound per month payable in the same month. So it says you pay in the same month. Other expenses as follows. So I paid to make drawing 725 pound each month. In July 2020, Suraya's mother will make a loan to the business 15,000 pounds. Yeah. So again, think about that. In July, so taking as a loan 15,000 money coming in cash. Yeah. The loan will carry interest 8%, which should be payable annually in area. So don't worry about the interest because it is 1 year time. With the first interest payment being due on 30th of June 2020, Surya plans to use 9,500 of the loan to buy a van later of the year. So 9,500 pounds and buying the van in a year, probably in November. So November is buying 9,500 pounds. Till then, delivery cost will be 120 pounds per month for July till October. So July, August, September, October, 120 pounds. Guys, we did exactly the same. I'll show you what we did. Yeah, we did exactly the same problem. So if you follow this, and I think it is available to you, the answer I think is available to you now. So if I just going to share my screen again, and I'll show you what you will find. Just bear with me 1 second.
Week 2.
I think we did last week 2, maybe, yes. Would be.
This one, right? Is the let me see, activity, recap activity itself sheet? No.
No, I think it's a week 1.
Yeah, it's week 1.
A week 1.
Mohammed,
Yeah.
I've got a friend that lectures accounting. Is it alright if if I can show him my assignment, he can help go through it? Or is that not allowed?
So what you need to do, you need to do yourself, and then if you have issues, you can show me in the we'll give you the feedback.
You give me feedback.
Yeah, we'll give you a feedback, which is I think it's a week 9 before submissions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Although what I'm saying is I've got a friend that teaches finance.
I cannot comment on that. If you, it's up to you. But obviously, as I said, this is your individual assignment. You should be doing by yourself.
Mom?
Yes.
They have any student support on university?
Any
Student support?
support?
Yeah.
So speak to our center, like on the WhatsApp kind of support you need, like depending on its support and well-being team, there is.
I don't say like I'm not say like people have to do our job. I'm say like people at least somebody try to stand us if we don't understand properly what we are doing. You cannot, you cannot, as a teacher, you cannot spend us properly. I mean, like on our assignment because you're not able to tell us what to do in our assignment. But if you have some support for university, somebody look to us and try to explain us, not doing, but just try to explain us what we were supposed to do, we can do our assignment properly. That I'm trying to just to find out.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. So for example, the support you're looking for, if you have any questions about your assignment, you can ask me. So this is the part I didn't understand.
No, I think is ask you is different ask you than different have somebody else in front of me try to explain me.
This is your own word. So if I go to exam, if I say to exam, is anyone who is able to support me? Even if you have some particular issues or like if you have issues with the maths or if you have issues with any other issues, you can talk to support and well-being team. They will sit down with you and they will listen to you why you are able to do your own assignment, and then they can maybe will guide you. But I'm here to teach you and you are here to learn. But if you have any questions, for example, today we going to the assignment line by line. If you do not understand fully, it's okay. You can read at home yourself and come back to me maybe next week or week after saying, I didn't understand this assignment. Is it possible to go through it again? Yeah? I'll go through it you again with remembering everyone's interest to do the assignment. Yeah? But in the same time, no one in the university will give you the answer. It's not the point that support means, okay, fine, if you have any difficulties to understanding, you tell me after going through by yourself, maybe a week or 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, we'll go through it again to see the progress you made. Yeah? It doesn't mean that like you're alone. So in the same time, it doesn't mean that people will tell you this is wrong, you need to do it that way. But obviously, this is my job to support you as much as possible without giving you the answer. Yeah? So why I'm going through this exercise right now to show you what the similar problem we did in the class. Yeah? So if we do not do, if the one similar questions is what we do in the class, and you understand that problem, and I'm going through with that problem again to show you what is this, and I don't understand what is the problem you do not understand. Yeah? Guys, I'll be as supportive as much as possible. But at the same time, I don't want to give you the number, that number. I can give you the hint. But not the actual number, I cannot give you. And do not expect that anywhere. So for example, if you pass this assignment, and if you pass this training, and if you apply for a job, and your employer asks you, and ask you a question, so you said, look, I did pass from this university, and I did this module, and they ask you a question, what is this? And you say, I don't know. What do you think they will tell you?
My teacher did my assessment, so I don't know this.
Yeah.
No, I say, well, give me 1 minute, I call my teacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
But can you show us the method of how to?
Absolutely. That's why I'm going to show you, and this is the answer is given to you. Guys, sometimes it seems like I'm quite sure, but it's not. I'm just trying to, I don't want it to spoon feed you. What is the point if I tell you? So look at this. Guys, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm being harsh because I want you to go read and understand a lot. Yeah? So if I answer you everything, and if you maybe get good marks in this assignment, and then later when you're going to the real life, you struggle. So what is the problem? You struggle now and learn it yourself, and then you are free to understand anything.
That's true.
So,
Yes.
another,
Exactly.
for example, I go home and I will start to build myself, okay, the exercise and everything. But then I struggle with something, for example, some terminology, because I don't think it is as difficult actually. It's just sometimes the terminology that we don't know exactly if it's in com or not, you know? It's just, can I bring it to you and show you, sir, I built everything here, but I'm not sure if it is right.
Yeah, we'll discuss in the class.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have any questions, when I ask, if you have any questions, we'll discuss in the class. Then it's not only you benefited, it's everyone benefited. Yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, is that clear?
I think so.
Mohammed. Mohammed.
Yes, listening.
Yes. My case is I did attend the first class because I had COVID. I had the COVID, and now I'm a little bit lost, you know. And I don't know if you can help me because this is my second class. No.
Okay, guys, you need to discuss with the eye center. Just speak with them and let's see if you can cover something, because obviously I cannot go back to 5 lectures.
Is there no videos for the week one?
Okay.
No videos with.
So all this, everything is all the lecture notes and everything in your time. If you have to go through and let's see if you cannot do. So for example, people have personal issues and so on and so forth. You should speak with the administrative team. So for example, if I'm absent 5 lectures, and then when I come back, I'll struggle, right? So obviously, why do you want to struggle? So you speak to the eye center and if they have any plan for you. Yeah? Because obviously, it's not fair for me to go and back to week 1. Then what we're going to learn? Yeah? Guys, you have plenty of support. Speak to the relevant people. If you are not well, if you fall behind because of you are not well, if you have family issues because of that you fall behind, speak to them and they should be able to address it properly. Yeah? Guys, look at this exercise. Some anticipate that sales during July to December will be made as a gross profit margin of 40%. The estimate they will be as follows. Yeah? So exactly the same question. So what is the problem? So exercise 1.4. And also it is actually the template is exactly given. The number is different. And everything else is the same. So why do you think you will not able to do the exercise? Yeah. So it says here, B, in addition to making purchases to meet the sales, same plan to purchase stock of shirt, 2,000 pounds in July. Yeah. So exactly that question B, if you go to your assignment brief, just read it. So is anyone can read it loudly? I just wanted to show, how is it the same?
Yeah.
Is anyone can read clearly?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can read what it says in A.
A.
Yeah.
Sam anticipates that sales during July to December will be made at gross profit margin of 40%. He estimates they will be as
Not this
follows.
one. I'm talking about because it is assessment, because it is already in
I'm
here.
sorry,
Yeah.
sir. I thought that was the
Assessment
exercise.
Yeah. Because I'm opening here, so I just wanted to show you how is that.
So the assessment letter A.
Yeah.
He anticipates that sales during the 6th month to 31st December 2022 at a gross profit of 35%. He estimates they will be as follows.
Yeah.
Forecast sales.
Yeah. So look at this. So it is a July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, exactly the same way. Same July, August, September, October, November, December number is given. But it says here that gross profit margin of 40, but in here is 35. So then the number change, isn't it? The question is exactly the same question. Yeah? Can you see? Is there any difference? No difference other than the numbers.
My question.
I'll come back. So guys, is that what is the change here? Only the number and nothing else. The month is also same. Because it says that up to December, it didn't say the July, August, September, October, but in that question it says that what is the July, August, September, October, November, and December. Yeah? Is that clear? So number exactly the same questions we did, and also you have the answer as well. If you go below, you have the answer as well. For now, you can access the answers. So if you go to the answers, so if you see the suggested answers, so it's given in here.
Oh my God, this is perfect, sir.
Yeah. So it's the suggested answer is also what is given, is it? So what? Tell me what are the support you need from the university?
You need to have an word this paper.
Yeah. So what this paper, I actually go through it line by line.
This is amazing.
Okay.
She thinking to do something
Oh. Okay, guys. What is it? Just to change the number. I don't want to give you the answer because I showed you what you can look at it and find out the answer yourself.
Yeah.
No, we cannot see the screen.
Yeah. So guys, is that clear? So do you want me to go through line by line? I don't think I need. So
We cannot see the screen, sir.
I'll just come back to you 1 second. It is exactly the same question. Just changing the numbers.
Okay.
Because I said, what is your answer question?
The question is about the words because we
What,
need to write 2,500 words,
Yeah.
but
I'll come back to one.
I don't see too much words in this word.
Yeah, it's not too much word. So what is said? Maximum 2,500. So if you write everything, the answer less than 1,500, and if you answer correctly, so why do you want to write unnecessary? So if I ask you what is your name, you said my name is this, and if you also say just your name, which is also the answer, right? Some people will write longer, some people will make shorter. But in these questions, I'll tell you how many words it is, but I don't think it's more than 500-600 words you need to use. So guys, did you understand what you need to do?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So make sure 1.4 in the lecture 1, slide 61 and slide 62 follow. Yeah. Just write it down. Please write it down. Listen to me just 1 second. Guys, if you listen to me, maybe you will not like me. You will not like me right now in the lecture, but you will like me when you get your result. Yeah?
Right now?
So follow slide 61 and 62. Yeah. For answer to question A in your assignment, slide 61 and 62. What else I can do for you?
Questions in A, yeah?
Yes. Answer to question A, just follow question 1.1.
I'm not sure if we have 62 in there for us.
Yeah, if you open, just try to open.
1.1, yeah?
1.1. Try to open. Guys, try to open lecture 1. Guys, listen to me. Are you listening to me or not?
Yes.
So that's why I first stated. Yeah?
Yes.
So just try to open the lecture 1. Just open. Everyone try to open it, please.
Lecture 1?
Yeah, lecture 1. Yeah.
Lecture 1.
Yeah. Lecture 1, try to open lecture 1. Go to this slide. I just wanted to show the solution is there as well.
We don't have the answer because this is your.
You'll have access that you can slide.
So follow
We have questions.
slides.
Here, sir.
Go to your VLE.
Okay.
So follow slides 61 and 62 for answers to question 1. Question A 1.1.
Peraí.
Guys, I'm listening. Let's you open the lecture 1. Can you open lecture 1?
Yeah, understood now for tutor vision.
Yeah, can you click on the tutor so you should be able to open tutor,
I
right?
opened the tutor one.
Yeah.
I opened it.
So can you see you open the tutor one? This is the my own point.
Because before was.
Yeah. So it will not be so. Like if you wanted to do the tutor one today, you'll not be able to open. But 2 weeks later, it should be. Yeah.
So Mohammed,
On the
Yeah.
phone.
the lecture 1 tutor or student version? Which version?
Tutor versions. 61 and 62. Yeah.
616, where is the results you said?
Is that a 62?
Yeah, I opened it. This is the tutorial one.
Yeah.
The results is here.
Yes.
Yeah, I go to the
Which one?
Guys, slide 62, you should be able to answer, okay? I'm not going to discuss anything else right now. Guys at home, is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah? Guys, everyone should be able to access that.
So will this help us with for question A 1.1? Talk to me, Mark. Talk to me.
What is?
So will these guys help us with
Question 1.1, yes.
section A? Yeah.
Yeah. Question 1.1, yes? Yeah.
No section A, it's just 1.1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Section A or no? Yeah.
Question 1.1, yeah? Question 1.1, 30 marks. 30 marks. Yeah? Guys, okay.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention properly, but I realized if I don't pay attention, I'll fall behind. So I apologize.
That's all right. No worries.
Mohammed, sorry, can you put again? Sorry.
Second, yes?
Can you put again? Sorry. I didn't get that. the slide 661. No.
Okay, so if you go to your, I'll direct you. So you
So,
go,
you know,
you go
sorry,
to,
I was just gonna say that I shared with them on the WhatsApp group.
okay, guys, I'll tell you, if you go to lecture 1 and open the tutor version. Yeah, can you open the tutor version?
I tried.
Yeah, I did, sir.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Okay, so guys, if you go to the lecture 1 tutor version, you should be able to open this slide. Okay.
So Mohammed, are we able to cover 2,500 words?
Yes.
Just these 2 questions.
Yeah. So let me go to the question 2 again.
Yeah, I asked with him about this because it doesn't. When it gets to be like.
Okay, guys, just 1 second. Let me finish, go through, and then we'll answer 3 questions. Okay. So, guys, whoever asking to do this, this is the tutor version, lecture 1, and this is the suggested answer. And this is similar to your
Test one for assignment.
Okay, good. Guys, is that clear? Everyone clear about that?
Yes.
Okay.
What? So those sites, they're
Okay, guys, everyone can see my so question 1, you have the understood the questions and you have the answer. Yeah? Answer, to prepare the answer, please go to lecture 1, problem exercise 1.4, slide 61 and 62. Okay? Okay, so the task 2.1 is 70%. So do you think the cash and profit are the same? Can you think any of the business transactions that do not involve an immediate movement of cash? So this is actually asking you 20% of these questions, difference between the cash and profit.
Can you think of any business? So we need to write it.
You need to write this. Absolutely. So 20 marks.
So you have to do pen and paper, right?
Yeah. Pen and paper, right? It means you need to write into the word, right? So nowadays you don't write pen and paper. We just write in the Word documents.
Oh yeah.
Does it has any like format that need to be right?
Yeah, it's a report format. So guys, I'll go through with you. So 30 marks is your cash budget. 20 marks is this question, difference between cash and the profit. And can you think of any business transactions that do not involve immediate movement of cash? So just
example.
Yeah, so just read it. Just read it on the chapter 1. Yeah, you should be able to get. I don't want to give the answer with you because it is you should read it a little bit. Yeah. So why the cash? He said cash and profit is just I talk about this. So now also asking difference between the capital expenditure and deferred revenue expenditure. We go through last week, last lecture in fact. The difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Yeah, expense and drawings, gross profit and net profit, cash budget and the cash flow statement, accrual and prepayments.
Oh wow.
Guys, did we go through everything? Did we go through all sort of things?
Yeah.
Capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, did we go through? Yeah?
Revenue is income, is it?
Revenue is income, yeah. Income, absolutely. So, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure, expense and drawings, gross profit and net profit, cash budget and cash flow statement, and accruals and prepayment. Did we go through all of this? We did all 5. So this is also 20 marks. So 30, 20, 70, 50, and 20, 70. 70 marks you already done. You should be able to do all this today. Yeah, you should be able to do this today. Okay.
You have to write task 2.1 on Word.
Say again?
You have to write
2.1 as well. Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah. And we'll also explain, guys, look at this. Explain the following terms. So he's asking you to explain the following terms. Asset, liabilities, ordinary share. We haven't gone through this ordinary share. We done the asset and liabilities. We didn't go through the ordinary share. We didn't go to the preference shares. We didn't go to the dividend. We didn't go to the stock exchange, venture capital, budget, capital income, and the company.
Would you do that?
We did assets and liabilities.
Yeah, we did asset and liabilities. Out of question C, we did only asset and liabilities. We didn't do anything else on that question C. Yeah, and so guys, question 1.1, answer to your questions. Have you need to listen? Yeah, question 1.1, cash flow budget. 1.1 is cash flow budget. 30 questions. You will get help. You'll get help from the lecture 1 future slide, which is slide 60, 61 and 62. Yeah, exactly the same question. 61 and 62.
So 1.1 is cash flow budget.
Yeah.
We need to explain the meaning.
For the 1.1, no. We just need to do the Excel. But then the next one we need to
Guys, let's see. Guys, what you want to discuss, we discuss. If you want to talk between them later on. But if you want to ask me, you can ask me. So what is your question?
It's just the way how we are going to explain the term. It has to be like a definition. We have to put some example.
It's up to you how you want to do it. So think about that marks. Like say for example, 100 marks. 100 marks is how many words? 2,500. Yeah. So how many 1 marks do? 1 mark is 25 words, right? 25 words for 1 mark.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's 30 marks, 25 times 30, how much? 675, I believe. 30 times 25. Yeah. 675. Yeah. So do your judgment. So what exactly I wanted to do? If it is a 30 marks here, so how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 10. So 10 is 30 marks. 30 marks times 25, how much? 600. 600 what? 600 what? If you do the calculations, give you 30 marks Then 10 of them, how many watt you can write down? Yeah? So yes, absolutely. So 60 watt each item you need to write. What can be clearer than that? So 60 watt in each give you 600 watt, isn't it?
600 watts for just
61 for each word. So 61 words for each.
60 watt for each.
60 what? 60.
60.
Okay, 600. Yeah, it's okay.
So 600.
So it's 10.
Absolutely.
600. Yeah.
For like a sheet.
Okay, guys, can you do the calculations now? So if it is a 30 marks,
Okay.
how many? 30 marks, 30 times 25, how much?
Pardon?
30 times 25.
30 times.
Yeah, 25.
30 times 25.
750.
Second, how much?
No, 20 times 25. 5 times. No, 70, 750, right? No, 30 times 25.
750.
750. 750.
I told you, guys. And I didn't do. It wasn't in my mind.
Yeah. You can call it after. Give me the third.
No. Prepare. So yeah, so the one that is 30 marks, we're gonna be writing 750, right? And for the ones that with 20 marks,
She is doing that.
Okay, yeah, 750, yeah? 750, but you're not going to do 750. So if you do 20 marks, how much?
600.
Yeah. So 30, 30, 60. So 750, 750. So basically got 30 marks.
Every 20 marks gonna be okay.
Yeah. So how much is it? 15 times? Yeah. Yeah. So question 1 is 750. Question 2A is 20 marks, which is 500. Question B is also 20 marks, is 500. And question C is 30, which is 750. Yeah?
What's that meant to tally up to?
You do the add up. Yeah? Guys, you do the add up. Guys, we're spending too much time on the assignment. Is that clear? I'm supposed to do only 20 minutes because I want to explain to you clearly and easily. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was calculating all those numbers.
I'm just giving you the word count. This is the word count.
But the work comes to be 2,000. Oh, 2,500.
Yes. Guys, everyone okay with everyone happy with the assignment? Yeah? Everyone happy with the assignment?
I have to go through it. Can I go through it my own and then come back to you?
Yes, you can go through your own and come back. Yes. Yeah. Guys,
What's so funny?
Sorry?
Nothing.
No, I'm not saying it's funny, but I'm saying is I went through 3 times more time with you. I'm supposed to go 20 minutes. I'm just saying that I'm going to go through one by one. I'm not saying it's funny for you to understand. Yeah? Line by line, I direct you where you should be able to do the 70% of the work today.
The one we're gonna do
Yeah.
today?
Not today, I mean, if you do the assignment today, you should be able to answer 70% of the work.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have it.
Yeah.
You think I can do it, honestly?
Yeah, you can do it. Yes, of course.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Hello, Mohammed.
Yes. Yes, Elizabeth.
Yeah, please, can I go and pick my daughter now? The childcare called me that she having issue.
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. You don't need to ask me. So if you wanted to log off, you can.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, any questions about assignment? Because assignment is very, very important. That's why I want to go through, like, the line by line and everything you wanted to do. Yeah?
Just give us 5 minutes, just summarize everything, so that's finished.
Yeah, that's finished. Yes. Yeah, okay. Okay, good.
I need to summarize it from the beginning to end, then finish.
What other summarize do you want to have?
Like, we start already, was summary then somebody asked a question. And then I wait, let him summarize everything.
We finish our assessment.
I know.
So I have my last question.
Okay,
So there's
guys.
only assignment we're gonna have for you. Is the only assignment we're gonna have for you?
Yeah, so this is the only assignment you have, and you have the exam. Okay, the summary of this, and the whole, and so far. So we have assignment due on 15th of July, 2,500 word. You need to write yourself 2 questions. Question 1.1 is cash flow. Yeah, for cash flow, we did in week 1. So please go through 1.4, exercise 1.4. Look at this look at this lecture 1, tutor version 61 and 62. Yeah, you should be able to answer the 1.1, which is 30 questions, 30 marks, 750 words. Is that clear? The second one, we already gone through last week. A, B, C, we did. And this is the question 2.1. Excuse me. A is 20 marks. Difference between the cash and the profit. And also another questions and there. You need to answer. Go through the cash and difference between cash and profit. Read in the book. Yeah? And then write on your own word. 20 marks. Yeah? And then question B is asking the difference between few terms we learned last week, accruals, prepayment, assets and liabilities, and so on and so forth. So this is asking you like few definitions. So please, do this and calculate how many words you need to write. Yeah. The final one, we given the more or less the definitions of 10 terms, like in the 10 items you need to write assets, liabilities, this, that. So we already covered 2 on that question, last questions, and the rest we haven't covered is going to be do. Guys, relatively, this is easy assignment for you. It's very, very easy. If you wanted to start writing today, you should be do the 70%. You should be answer 70%. 70 to 80% is already you can do answer.
Can I ask you something, Mohammed?
Yes, of course.
I'm just have a question about the referencing. So referencing, we using just one reference as the book we read?
Okay, this is a good question. So the referencing, if you only use one book, you can use one book. If you use more than one book, whatever you do, if you do internet, also the referencing in the internet. Yeah. So it's up to you how many books you do. If you follow the lesson note, referencing the lesson note, look at how you do the referencing in the Harvard referencing. Yeah. Then every item you can reference, but in the Harvard referencing, it will tell you.
I need to be.
Oh wow.
Yeah, academic, yes. Referencing.
So I can start the class 2.1 today, right?
Yeah, you can start that with task 1.1 and 2.1 A and B. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, not C, no?
And not C. So you can answer what you have to answer all the questions. Yeah? Is it clear? Yeah?
Yeah.
So question one, 750 word. If you have, what is your pen and paper?
I'm typing it.
But are you typing or not? Because
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. If you are typing, that's good. Yeah. So write it down. Question 1751. It will do in Excel. Yeah. So how we do in the format is actually given in page 61. Yeah.
Exactly like
Exactly the same format. Page 61 is given. Yeah. The format. Guys, do not think that I'm being harsh. I'm not being harsh. I'm trying to be like sometimes I'm going through the same thing again and again and again. But again, like sometimes it's frustrating. But it is. I'm not frustrating. But what I'm trying to do, like to give you the direct that you understand the seriousness.
And this is gonna be uploaded together, right?
Yeah.
Everything
together. So what we do? So how we do it in the Excel? So do everything else in the Excel, and then copy Excel and then paste in Word.
Can I do like a screenshot and put in the Word?
Screenshot and I think it's quite different, the screenshot and the Word. So when you copy, you can paste in Word, but the screenshot you cannot. When people cannot click on the screenshot, like on the examiner reading, so they just see the photo. They cannot do anything.
Okay, you want exactly we have that the exercise.
Copy and paste. Different number.
You do that. Copy it. So
No.
what? The format be
Exactly the same format. Yeah, exactly the same format. Guys, is that clear?
Very clear.
Yeah. Any questions?
Crystal clear.
Yeah. Is that okay? Yes.
So for each task, for each section, let's say A, B, C, there's meant to be roughly 750 words. Or
Like this.
Yeah. Like this.
Just create a table.
Yeah. Like this. Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like I'm gonna give it a try and show you. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's start. So now how to do accounts for prepayments and prepare the simple statement of financial position for the sole trader. Yeah. So what we're going to do? So we're going to look at Betty's loan to the business was interest free for the first 6 months for the year, after which time interest was to be paid at the rate of 6% per annum. No interest has been paid during the year. Purchase of remaining unsold inventory at the year end amounted 2,700, and electricity used but not yet paid. Electricity used but not yet paid for as at the year end amounted 480. Insurance had been prepaid 351 at the year end. So guys, we did this like 2, 3, and 4. We actually did last week. So what does it mean? So if you look at this, so purchases remaining unsold in the inventory at the year end amounted 2,700. What is it? So if you think that something is remaining unsold, it is a So what is it? If it is something remaining unsold, this is the trial balance is given. So the capital
is opening stock.
Yeah, opening absolutely. So capital is 10,000, loan is 12,000, sales is 51,000, the purchases is 34,500, electricity is 1920, insurance is 1750, telephone 1,500, sundry expenses and drawings and so on and so forth. So everything is given in here. So, and on this item, it says the purchase remaining unsold in the inventory at the year end amount is 2,700. And the number 1 is said the interest-free loan was for the 6 months, and then after 6 months, the interest charge is 6% per annum. No interest has been paid during the year. So what about happen? So if it is if you 6% of the interest is this is the if you go to the what was the loan? Loan was
12,000.
12,000 pounds. So 6% was unpaid. The first 6 months was interest free, and the second 6 months was 6%. So we need to calculate that. So what is if it is not paid? So if it is the interest, what is it? Expense, right? Interest is an expense, and interest is not paid, which is accruals, right?
Yeah.
So if you already use the money, but you haven't paid the interest, so it's the actual interest, right? Interest you haven't paid as yet. Yeah? So it's the accrued interest for 6 months. So what is the accrual? Yeah? So accrual is going to be your expense for this year 6 months, and also it is your liability for statement of financial position. Yeah? Guys? Yeah. So the second one, the electricity used not yet paid at the year end amounted 480. So
The same thing.
Absolutely. So 480 pounds. So we did last week. So 480 pounds we haven't paid for. So what is that? Actual. So electricity actual 480. So again, insurance in prepaid 351. So we go to the last week. So 351 is a prepaid. So any expenses is a prepaid is a asset. Going to the balance sheet asset, and also it taken into account from the expense, it deduct from the expense. So it is increase your profit. Because prepaid is already paid too much expenses, so you deduct. So guys, so this is the format you do. So this is the format we do. So let me go through with you. So first of all, how much was the sales? Sales was
51.
51,000. Yeah. So put in the sales is 51,000. So can you see? We said sales is 51,000. Yeah. Sales is 51,000, and then cost of sales. Cost of sales equals to
30. No, they don't have it.
50.
So opening balance plus purchases minus closing. So cost of sales, isn't it? What is the definitions of the cost of sales? Opening balance plus purchases minus closing. So there is no opening. So it's given the closing balance. So the closing balance is given 2,700. It says which is unsold was 2,700 pounds. Yeah. So how much is the purchases? 34,500. There's no opening balance. The purchases is 34,500 less closing, which is so purchase remaining unsold in inventory at the year end amount at 2,700. Yeah. So what is it? So this is a closing inventory. So closing inventory, so opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory. We did in week 1. Cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold, opening plus purchases minus closing. So we only have purchases and the closing. So there is no opening. So there is no opening. So what we do? Purchases minus closing inventory. So if we go through in here, so what is the purchases? 34,500. Guys, yeah, 34,500 is the purchases, and it says here closing inventory is 2,700. Right? So what we do? 34,500. You guys need to talk to me. Yeah. So if you between talk, so you don't not listen to what I'm explaining. Yeah. So what is the cost of goods sold? 31,800.
So I'm trying to do myself the Excel, but it's been quite fast, so I'm not catching up. So
Okay. So
I thought that the opening here was the 2,700.
Okay.
It's not.
So what is? Look at this. So the closing this month is opening next month. Yeah.
Yeah.
So closing this month, opening next month.
Next month.
Yeah. So what is saying here? The closing balance is 2,700. Yeah. So is here, is 2,700, but it's going to be opening in the next month. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be opening in next month.
Next month.
But this month is a closing. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. This month is a closing. That's why we are making minus 2,700. So cost of goods sold is 31,800. Yeah, guys, is it clear? 31,800 is the cost of goods sold. So what we know, the definitions, we know the definition says minus cost of goods sold is a gross profit. Right? Yeah? Sales minus cost of goods sold is a gross profit. So how much is the sales? 51,000, wasn't it?
51,000 is the same.
Sales minus cost of goods sold was 31,800. 31,800 was a cost of
Cost of sale, okay, is the purchase minus the closing.
So absolutely.
Then we have 31,800.
1,800. Yeah?
So 16,500. The sales and cost of sales.
Yeah, sales minus cost of sales. So cost sales is 51,000 and cost of sales was 31,800. Yeah?
That means it's 16,500, right?
Yeah, so 19,200.
What?
And
Do you have the calculator? Yes?
Yeah.
So you do the calculation. 51,000 minus
Minus what? 34,500?
31,800.
How?
Uh-oh. Can I?
19,200.
Absolutely, yes. 19,200. Yeah? It's here, yeah? So very good. So this is gross profit, 19,200. So guys, how much is the other expenses? It says electricity is 1,920. So electricity is 1,920.
Why does it say cubes?
Okay.
Why is it a shrimp?
I'll tell you.
The cubes.
No, not cube. Okay, guys, what is the electricity? How much? How much is the electricity? 20, absolutely. So, guys, are you listening? Are you listening? We'll have a question later on, so you need to listen. Yeah? Try to listen. So, it says electricity used got paid as at the year end amounted 480. Yeah? What does it mean? So, we paid electricity 1,920 we paid, right? But what is unpaid? How much was unpaid?
400.
480. So what is the total electricity?
Let me see.
Yeah? Calculator, guys, did you go to the power and buy a calculator? Do you have a calculator? Not a mobile phone. No, not a mobile phone. No, mobile phone is not acceptable. So guys, you have to have a big calculator because if mobile phone is giving you wrong answer.
Yeah, we have the calculator.
Yeah, you have the calculator next time, yes. So mobile phone might give you wrong answer because it is a dark screen, you don't know what you're typing. Sometimes you do 2 is going to 3. And then you see wrong answer. Usually the mobile phone will give you the wrong answer because the dark screen sometimes is sensitive and when you're rushing, you try to do wrong. And it will make it wrong. But in the because when you have a big calculator, you cannot make it wrong because the number of pairs is quite big.
Yeah. The answer 1,440.
So what is it? Electricity bill was 1,920 pounds.
Plus or minus?
So I'll tell you again. So 1,920 pounds you pay up to now, but unpaid is 480. So how much is the total electricity? So then you paid 1,920, but you didn't pay 480. Yeah? So unpaid is 480 and you paid 1920. So what is the plus or minus? Fast calculation, what do you think?
Where is 1,920?
1,440.
1,140?
2,400.
2,400, absolutely.
Oh,
2,400, absolutely. Yeah.
2,000.
Guys, talk to me. Okay. I ask you, your rent is 1,000 pounds. Yeah? 1,000 pounds. But you pay only 600.
Okay.
How much is unpaid?
400.
Sorry, how much?
400.
400, yeah. So if you, how much is your rent? If I ask again.
1,000 pounds.
Absolutely. So how much you pay?
600.
And how much is unpaid?
400.
Absolutely. So you do from plus or minus 600 plus 400. Absolutely. So do you do minus? No.
No.
It's simple. Because your rent is 1,000 pounds. And you need to just make sure clear, yeah? So you paid 600 pound rent, but unpaid is 400. How much is your rent?
1,000.
1,400.
How much? 200 or 1,000 pounds?
2,000.
Wait, can you explain it properly?
Okay,
You
yeah.
have 600.
2,000.
Yes.
400.
Yeah, 1920 take away 4 plus
Yeah, plus.
480.
Yeah. So I ask you, you paid your rent 600 pounds, but unpaid is 400. How much is your rent?
1,000.
1,000.
Did you owe the money?
Yeah, you owe the money, you owe 400. If you go to your landlord saying, look, I don't have enough income this month, I only have 600, take this 600,
Yeah.
and how much I have to pay later?
400.
So how much is my rent?
1,400.
That's it. 1,000.
1,000. Oh, yeah, you give it 600, right?
Yeah. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, but I'm talking about with another thing.
No, just talk to me, yes.
Are you say like monthly, or you say like for example, monthly you pay 100 or monthly you pay 400?
Not talk, yeah, like talk to me. So I'm just listening to the answer. What is the question? What is
You
your
say
question?
400.
So you paid up to date, you paid 1,920 pounds, and unpaid was 480. So how much is the total electricity? 1920 plus 480. The 480 you didn't pay. You didn't pay 480. It says clearly, electricity used. Guys, you need to listen carefully. If you do not listen and then you ask questions, I'm not going to answer. Yeah? So electricity used but not yet paid for us at the year end 408. It means in December you didn't pay enough electricity bill. So you short of paying 480. So you only pay 1920. So how much is your total electricity bill? 1920 plus 480. Yeah.
How did you know that 1,900?
Yeah. 1,900 is in here, isn't it? Look at this. So it's here. The electricity bill 1920.
Listen,
Yeah.
2,400.
Yeah.
Sir, where can I get this PowerPoint?
And here weekly.
But we don't have the
You
tutorial.
don't have the, you don't have the, you'll have 2 weeks later, 1 week later. Okay, guys, 1920 plus 480.
There is in the slide that we have for students this exercise as well.
Again?
Our slides are different to Mohammed's.
Yeah, my side is different than yours, guys. Okay, guys, listen. So what is the electricity bill?
1,920. And we have not yet paid 480.
Absolutely, which is
So it's 1,980 minus.
absolutely. So you got 2,400 is the electricity bill, right?
Yes.
Okay, insurance. What is the insurances? Insurance is here. Insurance is 1750. So the guy, you need to talk to me, because if you talk, you can go out and talk between you. Yeah, simple as that. Because I don't want you to talk between you, so you need to talk to me. Okay, so insurance is how much? 1750. 1,750 pounds is the insurance the whole year you pay. But you pay too much insurance by 351 pounds. It says here. So electricity used but not yet paid. Sorry, insurance has been prepaid by 351 pounds.
We're still having 1,399.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, you just minus because I pay too much insurance for the year. So what I need to do, take into account only what I will use in the year. So I take into account what I have used in the year. So the total principles of the accounting. So you only use in the profit and loss and the balance sheet. So whatever you use, whatever you have used, maybe you can pay for it, but it's a prepaid. So what is you haven't paid is an accrual, and whatever you have paid in advance is called prepaid. So 351 pounds you paid extra. So if you go to here, so your insurance payment was 1750 minus 351. So you paid whatever the 1399 is your insurance expense for the year. Yeah, guys, is that clear?
1399.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. So telephone bill, what is the telephone bill? Telephone bill is here 1500. There is no adjustment to make. Some day expenses is 1650, and the drawings, it doesn't go to the income statement because it is a balance sheet item. Accountant fees is 1500 pounds, and delivery cost is 1200, and printing machine is equipment. It is going to the balance sheet. Computer is equipment, and the bank balance is an account asset. Is go to the balance sheet. So this is the so one thing we need to take into account is the interest. So how much is the loan? Loan was a 12,000 pounds, right? 6% interest. How much is it? So if you put the 12,000 pounds times
0.6.
720, yeah, half of it.
12,000, right?
Yeah.
6%, yeah, 720.
720 divided by 2.
Hold on. 12,000, yeah.
720 divided by 2 or the
divided by 2, yeah. 720 divided by 2. 360.
360.
Yeah, 360 because 6 months is a free, interest free, and 6 months you are paying. Okay, tell me.
So 12,000, right? Yeah. Well, divided or
12,000 times 6%.
Times
0.06.
0.06.
Or minus. That's how I do it.
That's how you do it.
0.06. That's 6%, yeah.
720, then divided by 2.
So that's 720, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Divided by 2. Because why divided by 2? Because 6 months is the interest free. Yeah? And 6 months interest you are only paying. Yeah?
Oh, six months, yeah. So
it's divided by 2, then it's 360.
360, which is unpaid. So if I said to you, guys, talk to me. Okay, talk to me. If you didn't understand, you need to ask me questions. Okay. If your interest payment is 6%. Yeah. Interest payment is 6%.
Times it. No.
So you times it, whatever the loan amount. Loan amount is 12,000 pounds. So 12,000 pounds for the year, 6%. So you times by 0.06, it gives you 720. But it said 6 months is the interest free. And 6 months is you need to pay interest. So you divide it by 2, because the 6 months you taken away, so you're not paying the 720, you're only paying 360. That's why I'm saying divided by 2, because we made it the middle.
Will 720 be
total interest for the year?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we are only paying 6 months.
Of course, so it's half.
Yeah, it's half. Yeah.
360.
Yeah, 360.
So whatever you need to, let's say I paid 15,000 pounds for a new car, right?
Yeah.
And I have to pay interest. Let's say it was 4% I have to pay. Mm-hmm. So that means
15,000
times
0.04,
which is 4%.
Yeah.
Like I said, would be what, £600 interest?
Yeah, 600% interest for a year, full year. But if I say 6 months is interest free, so how much you pay on 300? Isn't it?
You half it by 2, divided by 2.
Absolutely.
How would I know how to half it if it was over 6 months, how would I know off the top of my head to half it?
Okay, if it's a 6 months, then you do half it.
Yeah.
But if it is a 1 month, yeah, if it's a 1 month, yeah. So if you say 1 month interest is free, yeah. How do you do? You do differently. So what do you do?
Yeah.
So you divide it by the interest, 600 divided by 12, and then this is the 1 month. But if it's different way of doing it, because I'm just trying to make it shortcut. So what you do, if I say you can do different ways. So 720 pounds for the whole year. So you divide it by 12. So every month is whatever it is. Yeah. So 60 pounds a month. Yeah. And if you do times by 6, it gives you the same amount. 360.
Okay.
Different way you can do it. So what is happening is, so interest is an expense, but you haven't paid for it. Yeah. So it is actually also accrual. Yeah. Yeah, liability, absolutely. So guys, so what do you do? So look at this. So this is all your expenses. So 2,400 pound is electricity, 1,399 is your insurance, telephone, and Sunday expenses, accountant's fee, and delivery cost, and interest is 360. So this is your expenses for the year, and your net profit is 9191. Yeah, 9191. So this is your profit and loss statement. Yeah. So what we learn? We learn how to deal with accruals and prepayment. So we done accruals in here in electricity. So we add 1920 plus 480, and also insurance 1750 minus 351 because it is already paid too much. Yeah. So this is interest. Electricity is accrual, which is also liability in the balance sheet, and the insurance is the prepayment, which is your current asset. Yeah, current asset. Guys, I know we haven't gone for a break, so just let me finish this because we are a little bit behind. So I'm just going to take a break. Give me another 10 minutes. Yeah, so this is your net profit. Now we're going to do the balance sheet. So balance sheet. So what we said, it comes all the asset, liabilities, capital, right? So first of all, we put as the asset. So in the asset, we put as the fixed asset or long-term asset. So printing machine is 5,500 is already in there. So what is it? 5,500 is in here. Look at this. The printing machine is 5,500 is given. Yeah, what is it? It's an asset. The fixed asset or long-term asset or equipment. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, equipment. Yeah, printing machine is what is it? Equipment. So what is that? So it is a 5,500 is come under long-term asset or fixed asset. Yeah?
It's fixed.
Yeah, fixed asset. The computer is also an equipment. Yeah? 3,500 is also come under
As fixed.
fixed asset. Yeah? So look at this. 5,500 is a printing machine and the computer is 3,500. So, and now current asset. So inventory.
Oh, this is the balance sheet, right?
Yeah, this is the balance sheet. So inventory, you want how much was that? So now we're talking about that. So now it was closing. Closing. So still we have paid. So it will be opening for the next month. And also it is a current asset. Because you still hold it, you still consider it. Yeah, it is in stock. You still consider it. Yeah.
Inventory, right?
The inventory, absolutely. So it came to 2,700 pounds. Now, what are the assets? So if you go to here, what is trade receivable, right? 4,100.
That's debt though.
So this trade receivable is your asset because you sold something in credit, you haven't received the money. You receive the money. So it is also
Credit future.
your card asset, you receive it future. Yeah? You receive it in future. You receive it 2 months or 3 months later. Yeah? Right? So this is accounts receivable is your current asset, and the bank balance is also your current asset. Bank balance is your current asset. So cash, if you have a cash, what is it? It's your current asset.
Yeah.
If your bank balance is your current asset, accounts receivable is your current asset.
But shouldn't a bank balance be your credit?
Again?
Shouldn't your bank balance be your credit?
How is it bank?
Because it's cash that you can use to pay, right? So that's credit.
So a different, like another point of view of the bank is a different. When you say when you see, guys, listen. When you see your bank statement, so when you say the bank statement, what you see in your balance? It says credit, right? So credit. If you have money in your bank, it says credit. But so why? So just 1 second. So why is it in credit? Because bank owe you money. Yeah. So that money bank owe you. Credit. It's a credit. Yes, absolutely. So it's why they put the credit?
The credit one, okay. Not the debit, the credit. Credit. You have a credit card, for example.
So for example, is a different. So what? So for example, if bank owe you money, so the bank statement you receive is the bank telling you how much money they owe you.
How can a bank owe you money?
Okay, tell me. So if you have £100 in the bank, so what is it? So you don't this £100 not with you. It is in the bank, right?
Yeah.
If it is in the bank,
in my account,
in your account. So bank.
But it's not there.
I'll give you another example.
But it's not there actually.
I'll give you another example. Say you have £5,000 in your bank. Yeah. You went to bank saying, can you withdraw £5,000 from your card? If you go to the teller, automatic teller machine, put your pin in, I want £5,000. Will you give it? Why not?
Well,
this is your money.
It's too much.
This is your money.
I know, but it's too much.
Yeah, is it too much? Yeah.
They tell you the maximum you can withdraw is like 250.
So this is your money, right? So why can't you withdraw?
Because
Why can't you withdraw? It means you cannot withdraw this money. It is actually with the bank. Yeah. And bank only allow you certain.
They are trading your money.
Yeah. So they keep your money. So your money they are using it. But bank is liable. Yeah. So bank is liable when you go to the bank and ask for your money, they are liable to pay you. But in the bank book, when bank use your money, they say credit. Because then you have to pay back. Yeah? They have to pay back. Yeah? Sometimes that's why it is in your hand. Like it is actually bank's purpose, they put it a credit. Because bank know this is I am in credit to that customer, I have to pay back.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah. So I don't know what is a good thing or not, but if you have more money, they put it there. So that's why it's a credit in the bank.
The more credit you have in the bank, the better.
Okay. So the bank balance is, so this is your another asset, right? So that is another asset, the current asset.
So what it should be credit rather than debit though. Because debit's when you're in debt, right? When you got to pay something. But if it's a bank balance, it should be credit because it's supposed to.
So what I said, asset is debit, expense is debit, income is credit, drawings is credit. What did I say? In the remember we said that we give you some. What did I give you? Remember, is a that click, right? I said to you that click. Something I debit. Remember, did you write down or no?
No.
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 You cannot remember?
No, you didn't write down.
Are you sure? I'm sure, pretty sure I showed you guys.
Show us again, sir.
Guys, did I show you this?
No.
Can you share with us?
Yes. Of course. I'm sure I did.
Oh, you mentioned click. Yeah, I think you mentioned it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm sure I did.
I was on you, sir.
Guys, can you see? I showed you guys, right? So double entry accounting. Remember when I said we are not going to the double entry bookkeeping here, but I said to you what you should be in debit and what should be in credit. So that click, the debit, expenses, asset and drawings, and credits, liabilities, income and capital. Guys, remember that click?
I remember that.
Okay, so that's why, guys, you need to write it down. So to think about that, I can remember, but you guys cannot remember. Yeah. That clicks. So this is the acronyms. We remember that click because DEAD. D is means debit, E means expenses, M means asset, D means drawings. Yeah. Click CLIC. Click is credit, liabilities, income, and capital. Yeah.
Just Google it.
No problem. Easy done.
Okay, guys, you remember now, yeah? So okay, so what we put in the balance sheet? We put the balance sheet. Inventory is 2,700. The trade receivable is current asset. The prepayment. So prepayment is 351 pound is the prepayment. Is also current asset. And also what else is the current asset? The bank. Remember the bank is also current asset. So we put all together. So 27,231 is the current asset. So what is happening? So this 351 we minus from the insurance. So this is the insurance prepayment. Yeah, 351 is the insurance prepayment, and then liabilities. So what are the liabilities? Capital. So initially capital at the beginning of the year 10,000 pounds. Yeah, capital beginning of the year how much? 10,000 pounds.
Isn't capital an asset now?
The capital asset.
You can use that money, can't you?
No. Asset and capital is different things. Guys, I explained to you what is capital. Capital is the owner's equity. Whatever the money you invest in the bank in your business is the capital. Yeah. So capital and asset is not the same thing. So this is your money. The capital actually show you how much money the business owe you. Yeah. Capital and asset is not the same thing. Capital and asset is not the same thing.
You use that money to make money, right?
So you use the money to make the money, that's correct. But if I say, so you invested 10,000 pounds, in this 10,000 pounds, you bought an asset, right? You bought an asset. So how much money the business owe you? 10,000 pounds for just the asset. So the asset is owned by the business, but the business owe you 10,000 pounds. This 10,000 pounds is owe you as a business, owe you this money. So if you recall this money, so for example, you invested 10,000 pounds. Yeah, you invested 10,000 pounds.
Is the capital
So again, capital is the money you have invested in the company. Okay. So what are the low capital? Capital is the 10,000 pounds. But we also know from the last week, so capital at the beginning of the year, and then plus profit. Yeah. So we the profit. So we need to add profit. How much of the profit we make? How much of the profit made during the year?
75,400.
No. The profit we made,
What's the
9191. So this is the profit. So we know that the capital then we add profit and then less drawings. So how much was the drawings? Drawings was 7,200. 7,200, right? So this is the give you, the balance will give you how much was the profit towards end of the year? 11,991. Yeah? Then liabilities. What are the liabilities? Loan is one of them. Yeah? 12,000 pounds.
What's the other terminology that you use for liability that at all the time you say current?
Yeah, so it's a current liabilities and non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities, anything more than a year. Yeah, more than a year is a non-current. So non-current liabilities is 12,000 pounds is a loan. The current liabilities is accounts payable. Accounts payable is 2,400. So if you go to the 2,400, is accounts payable.
Accounts payable, trade payable, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Trade payables and accounts payable is the same thing. And then if you go to the, and also we got accruals, right? So what are the accruals? 480 pounds for the electricity, and what else? 480 pounds for the electricity, and also the interest, right? Interest will be 360. So 480 plus 360, which is give you how much? 480 plus 360 will give you 560.
Yeah.
480 and
480
plus 360.
Oh no. I'm doing my head.
840. Absolutely. 840. Yeah. So that's why we put as accruals 840. This is your current liabilities. So if you add everything and capital and the long-term liabilities and the current liabilities, give you 27,231. So this is the 27,231 and 27,231 is the same. So this is our balance sheet.
This is very different from an income statement. It's different terminologies compared to the income statement. I don't know where I was, I probably missed it.
Sir, what is accruals? I've got trade payables and then I've got down is accruals.
Yes. What is accrual? Accruals is the current liabilities, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
The liability is something that you have to pay.
Yeah. We have to pay. So how did we get 840? So 840, 360 is the interest and 480 is the electricity bill, right? If you go to the previous slide, if you go to yeah,
you just sum up.
Yeah, absolutely. You just sum up the accruals.
Electricity and
Interest. Guys, any questions?
no question.
Okay, guys.
Is there anyone in the book where I can read it? No. Is there any recap?
Yeah, so if you we maybe do another one, guys. We'll take 15 minutes break. We'll take 15 minutes break, and then we'll go for another.
Does anyone gonna be in the class? Or everyone going?
I'll be outside.
I'll be outside. I'm gonna be outside, so I think we should take